we're gonna sew the back, center back, and then side. But before we do that, this is what we have sewn. And then, as I mentioned, seam allowance, you press onto the side panel direction. And see, still you have a ease here. But from the outside is really nice, and you have a bust definition along the princess line. So again, we have back panels, center, and a side. We have a little band here, that opening, and we have a 2 notches. So the pattern making, the terminology, the double notches spacing 1/2 inch from each other, meaning that that is a back piece. So we will sew this together. As I mentioned, the curve, which is this the line is a sew line, and the cut line is longer, whereas this sew line, the outside is relatively shorter, because you can see from this length that coming to this direction is going out. So there is different length along the cut line, which will create a slight difficulty of sewing. So as I mentioned, we match the matching notches. By matching the shape first. The first one should be doing like this, and then pin. So I tried to figure out why I was telling you in 90-degree, the pinning also 90-degree at the knot line that you are pinning, 90-degree angle. And then I will go straight to the matching notches. So here, matching notches, and then I will match, like put it right on top of each other, and right at the point of matching notch, you make the 90, not the 90-degree one, like I will match the point where notch is parallel, and I will pin here. Then in between, I will go to the half of the seam allowance. Oh no, half of the length. So half. I will evenly distribute the difference on the right and left of the half of this distance in the middle, I should say. And I will do the same, another middle point pin. This curve difference is slightly difficult, so I'm going to match in the middle and match the edge. And then what I will do is I will pin at the bottom, but you have to make sure that in between your length is not, there's no difference in between, because they should match, because there's no curve much difference here. So I'm gonna put in between. I find there's a slight difference here, so I'm gonna push and then add that where the near to the curve, the ease. probably slightly spread open in between. Okay, so I'm gonna sew from the I guess I'm gonna just sew from the top of the bottom to the top corner. I'm trying to match here. I will sew from come down here, but then another side will be sewing from this direction. I will not sew the other direction, or should I? Maybe. Okay, I should. Okay, so I'm gonna start sewing. Maybe I will show you the different way of doing things here. So I'm gonna just pull. My needle point is really high, needle position is high. Then I can pull the thread out, and you can hold this thread when you start sewing so that there won't be any bunch of thread. And I'm gonna do the back stitch here. Okay. I shouldn't be lifting up. My bad. Working with half scale is not easy. Okay, so I'm gonna half scale. So your seam allowance should be 1/2 inch. Mine is half of that. Just do not look at this plate and thinking that your seam allowance is 1/4 inch. No, your seam allowance is 1/2 inch. Yeah. Okay, you need to constantly check the bottom layer so that you don't get any like a pinch of the material. See my finger, how it handles. Okay, I must do the back stitch from my, oops, oh, my camera. Okay, so I'm gonna do the back stitch. Okay, make the highest position needle. Actually, this thread catcher should be highest position, and I can just clip. So here's, so hold two threads together works So if you don't want to use the little scrap of material, then you can do this. So see this one? So you can see the matching notches, and you can see the ease along this, but sew line is exactly the same. So what we're gonna do is to iron onto the side panel. We can open up, that's kind of what I usually do, but I checked the sample that all the seam allowance is going to the side so that you don't have to clip. So that's the back panel.